The country's highest court sends the amended Land Restitution Act back to Parliament.
I was married to an amazing man, and it breaks my heart that he's no longer physically here with us.
Gugu Zulu's wife delivers a heartfelt tribute at the racing car driver's funeral. This is eNEWS Direct. A very good evening to you. I'm Xoli Mugabe.
And I'm Sandile Gangose. Good evening.
To comment on our stories, find us on Twitter and Facebook at eNEWS Direct.
And tonight the hashtags are land claim, RIP Gugu Zulu, and elections 2016.
Straight to our top story now. Tonight, there is some relief for many communities who've been waiting for years for their land claims to be settled. The Constitutional Court has ruled that the Land Restitution Amendment Act is unconstitutional. Earlier this year, various grassroots organizations challenged the act, saying there wasn't proper public consultation before the bill was signed into law. In 2014, government reopened the land claims process. This allowed those who were forcefully evicted from their land to lodge claims for compensation or restoration until 30 June 2019. This posed a problem for those still waiting for claims to be settled. Now, the Constitutional Court has now ruled that all claims must be finalized before new ones are processed. The later claims will still be valid. Now, Parliament has been given a 2-year deadline to fix the amendment. Speaking at his funeral, Gugu Zulu's wife has called for a medical facility to be built on Mount Kilimanjaro. Zulu died while trying to summit Africa's majestic peak to raise money for charity. The family has accepted that everything was done to save Zulu's life. His wife says his death will not be in vain.
Gugulethu Mathebula Zulu, Ndabezitha, Umageba, Usithuli Sikandaba, a man known to have touched many with his smile and with his heart. At Gugu Zulu's final farewell after 38 years on earth,
It is well.
Songs brought little comfort to some family members, and saying goodbye was not easy.
Kusigqima ingozi engeqiwa Ntwala.
The family said solemnly, at times lifted by some of the memories shared. But for Zulu's wife, Letseho, the reading of her tribute to the man she loved proved difficult.
I smile because all I remember is your ever-smiling face.
She says this picture of him staring at her gave her the strength to get up.
I think we all need to come together and change the plight of the many people that have lost their lives on the mountain. I think together, all of us together, with the Tanzanian government, need to perhaps come together and erect a mini medical facility at Horombo.
A hero's entrance for a legend who will rest among some of the country's best-known citizens.
We have come here today, your friends and relatives.
For family and friends, these last moments were the hardest. As one of the religious leaders said at the service, the real mourning for Zulu's family begins once everybody has left, but with the call to pick up his mantle and continue his good work. Africa's fastest brother will forever be with them and with many South Africans. Zikhona Shona, Johannesburg.
Marius Fransman has suspended his High Court bid to be officially reinstated as ANC chairperson in the Western Cape. He says he's been asked by a religious leader to engage in a process of mediation instead. Fransman was asked to step aside as provincial party chair in January following allegations he sexually harassed his 21-year-old assistant. Earlier this week, he won a court application to obtain a copy of the ANC Integrity Commission's report against him.
Is he in or is he out? There's been confusion ever since he was asked to step aside as provincial chair in January. But then last weekend, he showed up alongside President Jacob Zuma on the campaign trail, claiming he was happy to be back in the fold. But ANC Secretary-General Gwede Mantashe isn't having any of it. He says Fransman is on special leave until all disciplinary processes against him are finalised. The ANC's Integrity Committee recommended that Fransman not be allowed to stand for any elected position for the next 2 years. That recommendation has now been sent to the ANC's National Disciplinary Committee, supposedly leaving Fransman in limbo. But he says he's back from voluntary leave and he's hitting the campaign trail hard.
I am the chairperson of the ANC. There are those that believe that I'm a step-aside chairperson. My approach is step aside, step in, leader, no leader. We are all members of the ANC, and for now, the next 5 days, let's focus on the elections.
Fransman was due back in court on Friday to ask for clarity on his official position. But friction in the party can't be good for PR ahead of election day. And so Fransman says he's been asked by an unnamed priest in Gauteng to drop his legal bid against ANC Secretary-General Gwede Mantashe.
I got a request in writing from a clergy that is generally known in ANC circle. They have made a request to me. I indicated it depends also on the other party or parties. It came back to me formally that no, there would be an interest that we must try and resolve it.
Annika Larsen, Cape Town.
Staying in the Western Cape, Cape Town mayoral candidates faced off in a heated debate last night in the run-up to the local government elections. Hosted by the Social Justice Coalition, it focused on sanitation, policing and urban land justice. Mayor Patricia de Lille was a no-show. Her office said the invitation had come at short notice.
Insults and promises as 4 mayoral candidates addressed supporters in Khayelitsha.
The people of Cape Town leading instead of Cape Town by establishing proper policing forums, by establishing proper ward committees.
Because the issues of the Khayelitsha, key to issues of the Khayelitsha, question of rape. Females, every 12 minutes at Khayelitsha there's an attempted rape.
The EFF promised that ward councillors would be at the beck and call of the community, while the UDM says they will scrap portable toilets and provide 24-hour policing. The parties wasted no time in criticising Cape Town Mayor Patricia de Lille for her absence.
Those gains that we've made as an ANC are being reversed by the Democratic Alliance, and that is why they do not have the confidence to come here and face the people of Khayelitsha, because they know that they've got questions that they are unable to answer.
Despite the candidates' promises, some residents weren't swayed. This woman says that she would rather vote for a smaller political party.
As a mother, as a grandma, I'm not interested in any political parties, especially the big parties. I'm not interested in them because so far, what they've done, they just put us more in poverty.
People in the audience also demanded answers on job creation. Archie Narsi, Cape Town.
Durban's popular north and south beaches have been closed temporarily. Mountains of debris and litter have washed up after storms earlier this week. But an environmental group is concerned that some beaches are still open, posing a health hazard.
High seas and stormy weather have left their mark on Durban's beaches. Piles of litter and debris are scattered across Blue Lagoon, a popular fishing spot. On Thursday, The eThekwini municipality announced that north and south beaches would be temporarily shut. But others further south are experiencing similar problems, with broken sewerage pipes making it worse. Waste is now spilling into a canal leading to Cuttings Beach.
The entire beach has been affected, and as we stand at the Cuttings Beach, it's not been closed off, but huge amount of debris has washed up from further afield, and also all the sewage has leaked over here from those broken pipes and burst pipes and everything has leaked up here.
Dessar claims problems at these beaches are not being prioritized like those in more affluent areas. The eThekwini municipality would only say that a cleanup operation will be undertaken, but it's not clear when this will begin. Residents are expected to coordinate a similar effort this weekend. Desan Thathia, Durban.
Let's take a look at news outside our borders now. And Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe has reiterated he won't resign unless his party instructs him to do so. He's also warned Western embassies from interfering in Zimbabwe's political affairs. Mugabe addressed thousands of ZANU-PF members at a rally in the capital. It comes after former liberation fighters allegedly issued a communique lambasting him for his poor leadership. Mugabe has since ordered an investigation to determine who sent the communique. 58 people have been killed in floods in Nepal. Amateur video shows the extent of the damage, with landslides sweeping through villages. Now, floods and landslides are a common occurrence in Nepal at this time of the year, with authorities warning the death toll could increase. And Turks have condemned the closure of more than 130 media outlets as the government continues its clampdown following a failed coup. Turkey's also dismissed 88 foreign ministry employees who are accused of supporting a US-based cleric accused of organizing it. Now, over 200 civilians were killed in clashes following the failed attempt.
Oli is, of course, standing by with all of your social media.
Thanks, Sandile. We begin with the hashtag SABC, and SABC freelancer Mvogo says he's been offered his job back, but only if he retracts his public comments about the broadcaster. Now, Mvogo was one of 8 journalists sanctioned for challenging editorial directives. He wants the High Court in Johannesburg to order the SABC to put him back on air. Mvogo has been off air since his opinion piece was published in a daily newspaper on the 6th of July. Now, in it, he sheds some light on the politics and challenges at the public broadcaster. The case resumes on Tuesday when the SABC will also present its arguments. The second story is hashtag Vuwani, and Cooperative Governance Minister Des van Rooyen says the stalemate in Vuwani is over. Government and traditional leaders have signed an agreement ending months of tension in the area. Now, more than 20 schools were vandalized in violent protests there in May. Residents were upset with a decision by the Municipal Demarcation Board to merge Vuwani and Malamulele. Now, signatories say the situation will return to normal while talks to determine boundaries continue. Now, remember to comment on these stories and more. Check our Twitter and Facebook pages at eNEWS Direct or go to enca.com/direct. After the break, it's your business and news and weather forecast. Some business news now, and motorists are being advised not to panic after petroleum industry workers downed tools today. One of South Africa's largest refineries says it has contingency plans in place to prevent petrol stations from running dry. Now, workers are demanding a 9% wage increase, while employers are offering 7%. Now, the Fuel Retailers Association says the strike will not have a major impact on petrol stations unless it drags on for weeks. It's time now to look at the markets and how they performed today. Your weather forecast is up next with Candice.
It's been another icy day across South Africa, especially for the interior, and the wintry weather continues right the way into the end of the work week. There's a warning for gale force westerly to southwesterly winds along parts of the Eastern Cape coastline on Friday morning. We're also expecting morning showers in the southwest, with light rain over the southern part of South Africa and rainfall extending through to the Eastern Cape. It'll be partly cloudy and dry in the west, with a sunny and warmer day expected over the northeastern and eastern parts. You'll see a dry day throughout KwaZulu-Natal, with most highs in the low 20s, in the mid-20s for Lundi and Richards Bay. Another wintry day is forecast for the Eastern Cape, with a very windy day along the coast, especially in the morning. Cloudy and wet for Grahamstown and Port Elizabeth. Light rain is forecast over the eastern part of the Western Cape. Cloudy and wet for Worcester and Robertson. 17 degrees for Cape Town and Langebaan, both with the possibility of rainfall mainly in the morning. Sunny at 21 as we head towards Uppington. Partly cloudy and cold over the southern part of the province. A few drops of rainfall are still forecast for Zastron, with a cold day throughout the Free State, but with a dry forecast. We're expecting sunny conditions for the northwest, 20 degrees from Vryburg through to Ceres. A sunny day is expected for Limpopo, with a mild to warm day over the central parts. Warm as we head towards Messina, Phalaborwa and Lephalale, all in the upper 20s and low 30s. We're also expecting sunny and hot weather for Bombela and Skokuza, but with quite a contrast in those maximum temperatures as we head towards the Highveld, with highs in the middle and upper teens. Sunny throughout Gauteng, Pretoria topping 20 degrees on Friday afternoon, with the rest of those highs at around 18. On Saturday, we're expecting dry weather across the country, other than the possibility of rainfall, mainly along the Eastern Cape coastline. And on Sunday, we'll see a few morning showers in the west, with thunderstorms developing over the eastern interior, eventually extending through to the east coast at night. That's all from the Weather Centre for now. Have a great night.
Coming up after the break, things are far from bad for 2013 Idols winner Musa Sukwene. Star Wars pleads guilty for failing to protect workers on CERT.
And 2013 Idols winner Musa Sukwene is becoming the talk of the town. Here's a look at the entertainment news making headlines.
The movie Bad Moms has premiered in Los Angeles.
Good. Let's be bad moms. I'm in to
Bad Mom! Oh my God!
Somebody move my stool.
It follows three moms who decide to drop their responsibilities and have some fun.
We have to take down these perfect moms.
I say we go punch that chick right in the
Yes!
This is the best PTA meeting ever.
The production company responsible for Star Wars has pleaded guilty to failing to protect actors on set. This comes after Harrison Ford broke his leg in 2014 while filming Star Wars The Force Awakens.
You know, I mean, it's an accident. Accidents happen. It's a complicated workplace, a movie stage. A lot of things going on. And there was an accident, and I got hurt. It's not the first time I've gotten hurt on a movie set.
And in local news, fans can't get enough of 2013 Idols winner Musa Sukwene. His album Mr. Serious has gone gold, selling more than 15,000 copies. Musa has taken to social media to thank his supporters for the love.
I'm in heaven with you all.
Here's a recap of your main stories. The country's highest court sends the amended Land Restitution Act back to Parliament.
I was married to an amazing man, and it breaks my heart that he's no longer physically here with us.
Gugu Zulu's wife delivers a heartfelt tribute at the racing car driver's funeral. And that's a wrap from the eNEWS Direct team.
It is indeed. Rhythm City's up next.
Until next time, good night.